What's up guys, I'm Eric, very welcome to Academia Mendix Brazil, and today we are going to finally create quotations. We're going to continue with our project. There is still 2 stories left, so we're almost there. We're almost finished this project, but before we continue, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, so you're going to help spread the word of this video to more people. And please hit the bell button so you can be notified when we have new videos. So let's not waste more time, let's get into it. Great, we have here our domain module and we're going to create here 2 entities, right? So let's create a new one here, double click. The name is going to be quotation, and we're going to click here and here so we can store when this record was created and who created that record. And we're going to add here 3 attributes. First one is going to be number, and yeah, Studio Pro suggests us to be an integer, but I would change to outnumber because this is going to be automatically increased. So every time we create a new object, this attribute is going to be increased +1. So it could be quotation 1, 2, 3, and so on. Let's create a new attribute here called total value, and this is going to be a decimal one. This is going to be the total value of that quotation. Let's click OK, and then let's just hit OK. Right, let's add a new one, which is going to be another entity. So this entity is going to be quotation item. And yeah, just like the quotation, let's click here and here so we can know who created and when. Let's add here a new attribute. It's going to be the quantity. So it's like how many products we want for that quotation. This one is going to be an integer, so it's going to be a number. Let's click OK. Let's also add here unity value. So this is going to be like, of course, a decimal number. Click OK. And finally, let's add a last attribute called total value. Yeah, it's going to be a decimal. Let's click OK and OK. Right. So we created those 2 entities, and let's add the association between the quotation item to the quotation entity. So let's just click here on the edge of this entity, quotation item, and drag and drop until here. And this is how it's going to be. So one quotation has many items and one item has just one quotation, right? And we also need to have like a product related to the quotation item. So we're going to also click here on the edge of the quotation item entity, drag and drop here. And there we go. We can say here that one quotation item has just one product, and one product can have many quotation items, right? There's something missing here. The quotation also needs a customer. So what I'm gonna do, edge of the quotation entity, drag and drop here. And there we go. Well, this is not very well placed. Let's make it drag and drop like this. So yeah, one quotation can have just one customer, and one customer can have one or more quotations, right? Let's not forget to set the access rules. Let's go to quotation, here new, let's mark the user and create, he can delete, and the user can read and write everything. And of course the admin, he could just read. We're not going to work with the admin for this case. Let's just make it a read. And there we go. We just forgot to set the story to run, so we are going to pick this one here. The sales officer, I want to create new prices, so let's put it in progress. Actually, I should have done this in the beginning of the video, but anyway, story is running. And let's not forget about this one, the quotation item. So let's go, access rules, new, user, great, I can delete, and I can read and write everything, great. And for the administrator, we can just read, right? Read. Awesome. There we go. We have our new entities in place, access rules are in place. So now we can start creating the pages and microflows that are going to do the whole magic. So here on both of those folders, objects and UI, I'm going to create 2 folders in each one of them. So this one is going to be quotation. Quotation. There we go. And here also I'm going to create a folder called quotation. And also another folder, this time is going to be quotation item. And in the second one, the UI, also a new folder called quotation item. Awesome. Now let's create a new page here in the UI folder of the quotation. Right click at the page. Let's select blank. Let's select this one. And the name of the page is going to be quotation overview. And the navigation layout is going to be default. Let's click OK. There we go. We have our brand new page. Let's not forget to set the access to the user, not for the admin, the user. Right, and inside of this container right here, we are going to add a new data container, which is going to be the list view. You can just drag and drop from here, from this toolbar panel. So let's drag and drop here, double click the list view. And the list view is pretty much like a list of things, a list of items. And in this way, we can fully customize how it looks, different from the data grid. Let's go to the data source. And from the database, we're going to pick the quotation entity. And let's click OK. Let's not automatically fill the contents here, right? With the list view selected, let's go to properties here on the right side. Let's click here, no styling, because inside of the list view, we can add a styled item where we are going to show our records. So here on the toolbar on the right side, we click here building blocks and you are going to search for card. And those building blocks, they are like pre-styled items for Mendix, which can be very handy. So you don't really need to worry about how it looks, the styling of those items. Just drag and drop like I'm doing now. There we go. You have an item in your list view. So for every record of quotation, we are going to show each object, each record, just like we're showing right here. For this card title, which is a text, let's double click. And here on the caption, we can add it. And we are going to enter here the attributes that are going to compose that text. And here we click new. Let's select the attribute. It's going to be the number. Second one is going to be the customer. And then we go for this association name. And finally, the total value of the patient, which is this attribute here. And then here we are just going to compose the text of the quotation. So we can put it like this, quotation, and then we add curly braces 1, which corresponds to this attribute right here. Then we can put here a dash and put the customer name, and finally the value, total $sign, and then 3, which is the total value. Awesome. Okay. And this is how it's going to be each record, each quotation of the application. Another thing that I want to do is I want to also delete quotations so we can maybe keep the database clean. For this, inside of this container, let's right click, add widget, and we're going to select the layout grid. And let's select this 193, and this one is like it's an easy way to have columns, like containers divided in columns. This first one, let's double click and let's set autofill, because this is going to make this column here to get all of the available space in a horizontal view. And this one, you're going to select auto fit content, which means I'm going to wrap whatever I have here. So this text, I'm going to drag and drop here, and here I will right click, add widget, Let's select a link. So let's filter here, link button. Double click this one and let's remove the caption and the icon. I'm going to add the icon. Let's search for trash can. And in the on-click event, I'm going to delete. Yeah. And the object to delete is going to be quotation. There we go. So here I'm going to list like all the quotations with the quotation number, the name of the customer, the total value, and also the option to delete that quotation. One important thing that we'll have to do is, let's go to the domain module, and just like we did for the product and also for the customer, once I delete a quotation, I also need to delete a quotation item. I mean, all of the quotation items that are related, associated to that quotation. So double click this one and let's click here, delete quotation items as well. And there we go. We can now close this, and here on the top, let's right click, add widget. Let's go for a button, a simple button. Let's see, button. Yeah. Double click the button. The caption is going to be add quotation. Button style, let's put it like primary, and here in the on click we're going to call microflow. This microflow does not exist yet, and this microflow is going to be to create a new quotation. So let's select this folder here, quotation, new, and this microflow is going to be called ACT_quotation_new. Click OK. Let's show this microflow. Let's right click properties. So let's not forget to set the access to the user. There we go. Yeah. And let's add here a activity. So we're going to create a new quotation, right? Create object. Let's select quotation. Nice. Let's add a new activity. So we can call the page, double click. This page, of course, does not exist yet. So let's go here, show page, select here in this folder. Let's click new. The argument is going to be the new quotation. Let's click OK. Studio Pro automatically suggests us this page name. So let's just rename to quotation_new. This is going to be a pop-up layout, and let's select form vertical. Click OK. And here for the page title, I'm just going to rename to new quotation, right? Click OK. Let's save this and let's show this page. That's pretty straightforward. This page is just showing here like the customer to be selected, the total value. Let's remove the total value. Let's keep the customer here. Here, let's right click, add a widget. Let's add a text, because here we're going to show the total value of the quotation. Double click. Let's add it just like we did for the quotation in the previous page. Let's do it like this, total value. And here we can say total value, $, and then this. Let's add here a styling like heading 4. There we go. So now we need to add the quotation items. Well, how we are going to do this? Just like we did for the previous page, let's also add here a list view. Let's double click. And here in the data source, I'm not going to get from the database. I'm going to get from the association. Why? Because right now I'm just going to create the objects in the memory of the computer, of the browser. I'm not going to commit those items. Okay, so let's go here, entity path. Let's select quotation item, which is associated to the quotation object of the data view quotation. Let's select. Let's click OK. Also, let's not fill the contents automatically. Let's select this list view. Let's go to properties, styling. Let's set styling as no. And then in the toolbar, let's go to building blocks. And again, let's get the card. Drag and drop here. And here we're going to do pretty much what we did for the previous page. So here, double click, edit, new. Here we are going to add the product, which is associated to the quotation item. Let's add the name here. Let's also add the quantity of the item, which is in the quotation item entity unit value. Unit value. Yeah, I just added the unit value. I was going to add the unit value anyway, so let's select now the quantity. There we go. We can also select this one and move up, so we can put in an order. And here, I'm just going to put here the product, comma, quantity, and then the total value, just like we did for the other texts. There we go. Great. Also, just like we did for the quotation page, let's also add here a layout grid. And again, this is going to help us to have like more organized and styled page. So double click here, autofill. And this one is going to be fit content. And here, right click, add a widget. Let's go for link button. Double click, and here remove the caption. The icon is going to be trash can, and here on click, let's just delete. Great. Save, and now it's time to finally add the items. So here on the top of the list view, let's also add a button here. Simple button, not a big deal. Double click, let's add here like the caption, add item, button style, let's add here primary, and in the events we're also going to call a microflow. Here in the objects, let's select quotation item, new, and here name ACT underscore quotation item new. Let's click OK. Let's show this microflow. Right. Here on the right side in the properties, I can also set the roles for the user. And here, what I gotta do is just double click the activity I just added here, an activity, create the object. You wonder why, you wonder what entity, right? Quotation item, new, and then here we're going to associate that quotation item to the quotation. There we go, this one, awesome. And we're going to also call another page. So let's add here another activity, double click, page, draw page. Page, of course, does not exist yet. So let's create a new one. Let's pass as an argument the new quotation item. And here in the page name, let's just rename to quotation item underscore new. Let's click OK. Click OK. And this is done. So let's open this page. Awesome. Just like we did for the previous page, let's also remove the total value. Let's keep it like this. Let's drag and drop the product first, right? Quantity and then unit value. The user can input values there. And here, let's add also a text. Double click, render mode. Let's select this style here, and we're going to enter the total value of the quotation item. There we go. Let me add total value $. Yes, awesome. So that's it. Our pages are done. Everything is done. Let's now add this page to the navigation. So let's go navigation, new item, caption is going to be quotations, and the icon is going to be, let's search for money, and we can select cash payment bill, And in the onClick, let's call quotation overview. There we go. Let's drag and drop this here. Let's save. And that's it. Let's run this and see how the application works. All right, I just logged into the app. Let's go here on the left side. Let's go to our new page, quotations, and let's add a new one. Awesome. So here we can select the customer. That's just one, my dog Brienne. She's beautiful. Let's add a few items here. We can add like a Xbox, one Xbox for 100. Let's save, and you see that the total value here is not automatically calculated, but there's a catch. Let's save. Let's add a new one here. Nintendo Switch, let's pick like 30 for, I don't know, 300. Let's save, and let's save. Here is our brand new quotation for the customer Brienne, and this is the total value. But you might wonder why we're having 0 value for total value. Well, because we are not automatically calculating the total value depending on the quantity of items. So we have to do this, but we're going to do this in the next video. Well guys, this was today's video. I hope you like it. If you have questions, comments, insights, put in the comments, and we'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye bye.